Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 16th. I'm Elena Barbera. Welcome to the Based Mother Show. Today, oh boy, what is there to talk about? The RNC started. The left has some really ridiculous conspiracy theories about Trump staging his own assassination attempt. And what else have we got? Oh gosh, Merrick Garland is kind of in the spotlight again after the Trump's documents case was dismissed by a Florida judge yesterday. And so much more crazy from the left. Let's get started.
Have you heard of the Based Mother?
All right. Over the weekend, there was a really hard to take assassination attempt against President Trump. And the left, in all of its craziness, has come up with a theory that he staged the attempt himself, if you can believe that. So what that might have looked like is what they're actually saying is that there was a meeting with Trump and all of his advisors, and they're sitting there and they're like, listen, how are we gonna get more sympathy? How are we gonna get more votes? Because we're so afraid we're gonna lose, as if that was happening alone. And then they turn around, they're like, we got it, Mr. President. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have somebody shoot at your head. Except don't worry, because they're gonna miss. They're gonna miss. No, you're not gonna get hurt. They're just gonna nick your ear. It's gonna be just enough blood. The ears really bleed a lot. We're gonna get a bunch of blood, and it's gonna be the most wonderful thing. And you're gonna rise in the polls and raise a lot of money. And he was like, "Yeah, this is brilliant. Why didn't we think of shooting at my head sooner?" And then somebody else will be like, yeah, and I know just the guy. You got this 20-year-old weirdo from Pennsylvania, and he'll do it. He'll take care of it. And then, of course, we got to whack him at the end so that, he doesn't talk about this, plan and let the cat out of the bag. And just for good measure, we're going to make sure that we kill an innocent civilian too, at least one, and maybe critically injure a couple of others, just for good measure to make this all look really good and real. This is what they've come up with. This is what they actually believe, and they're spreading online, and they're all buying into it. I mean, quite frankly, it's exhausting listening to their rhetoric online. And then, of course, on Sunday, President Biden came out and said, we have to lower the temperature. That is after years of calling people like me a MAGA extremist, a threat to democracy, a white supremacist, a Nazi, and a fascist. Now you want to lower the temperature? You're full of it. We know you're full of it. You hate us. And it shows in every single word you say and every single action you do. This is like being in an abusive relationship. And after you've been punched in the face and you have your wrist broken and you're bleeding out your busted lip, somebody comes over and says, but I love you. That's exactly what this is like. It's exhausting dealing with this presidency. But also, it's really disappointing dealing with our fellow Americans. So there was this video going around the internet, and there was a woman who works at Home Depot who apparently put out a really vile post, like something along the lines of, I wish the shooter hadn't missed. And a veteran, confronted her. And I want to share some thoughts on this. Take a look.
Are you Darcy Waldron? Yeah?
Waldron, yeah.
Okay, from Cayuga? And you think that the shooter should have been a better shot? Is that what you posted on Facebook?
I am at work.
You think that the shooter should have been a shooter, huh?
I am at work.
Yeah, I think that's pretty messed up. Pretty anti-American, if you ask me. As a veteran, I'm disgusted. What have you provided to this country? Huh? I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. And I'm making you famous.
All right. So what have we got there? So obviously, the people online saying that they wish that the shooter had been a better shot or sad that he missed or any number of those things are absolutely horrible. Like, you have to be a horrible person to wish death on somebody. But part of that reason why they wish death on somebody is because they've been convinced by the mainstream media and President Biden and Kamala Harris and Maxine Waters and all those crazy politicians with their hateful rhetoric. They've been convinced by all of them that Donald Trump is actually Hitler reincarnated or something. So we have this hate-fueled rhetoric. Now, here's the thing, though. This is a veteran. If he's a veteran and he fought for her First Amendment rights, he fought to uphold the United States Constitution, she has the right to say whatever horrible nonsense she wants to say. If she wants to be a horrible little person, she can do it. She's not inciting violence necessarily. She's just giving an opinion that she's sad that something evil and dark didn't happen. She's a sicko. But he should respect her right to do that. And he's being applauded as some kind of a hero for finding her at work and recording this and, quote unquote, making her famous. You know what? There's no glory in that whatsoever. That is what the left does. The left doxes people. The left intimidates people into silence. That is cancel culture in its purest form. And I am embarrassed that there are conservatives who are advocating for acting like this. And they're like, well, they did it to us. So what are we, 2 years old, all of us? He hit me first. No. Either we're going to be smart and we're going to be unified and we're going to be strategic in how we approach the taking back of our country, or we're going to act like idiot children playing whack-a-mole trying to squish down the thoughts and voices of Home Depot cashiers. I mean, give me a break. We have to do better than that. It's not just about it's gross and it's childish and it's immoral to get little tiny bits of vengeance. It's that it's not a good strategy. We're going to be all over here just fighting little stupid battles with completely powerless people who have no real influence whatsoever. You really think that's the way to take our country back? Please, let's do better. Let's stay away from doing things like this and put our time and our efforts and our energy into more effective ways of winning the battle. Get involved in the local community. Pick a fight. Pick a fight. You want to fight with me on getting porn out of schools and waking people up to exactly how sexualized and groomed our children are in American schools? Hit me up. Let's go. I'll point you in the right direction. Go to AmericanGroomerFilm.com or TakeBackTheClassroom.com. You want to get in the fight against illegal immigration? You want to help save the economy and fight our politicians and our crazy amount of 40% taxes that most of us are paying? Pick a battle. You can do it. Get involved with an organization that is the best organization doing the work. Fighting with Home Depot cashiers? Give me a break, everybody. But all this rhetoric, all this nastiness, this was also started by nonsense like the Mar-a-Lago documents case. So Merrick Garland, our esteemed attorney general, yeah, I'm being sarcastic. He's in my opinion, should be the laser focus of an investigation, another investigation, I should say. So yesterday, a Florida judge took the Mar-a-Lago documents case and dismissed it and said that there was a constitutional breach. So in the way that the special prosecutor was chosen. So Jack Smith should have been appointed by the president and then approved by the Senate in a case like this. There's a procedure in place legally how things are supposed to be done. Merrick Garland, the attorney general, ignored that procedure and just turned around and handpicked Jack and plopped him in and said, go get him, Tiger. Okay, so either there's two things here. Either Merrick Garland is completely ignorant of the United States Constitution, which is really scary if our attorney general doesn't understand the rules in the games he's playing. Or two, second option is he did this deliberately, knowing it was unconstitutional, but knowing that the press would eat it up and spread lies and disparage Donald Trump. And what it all really amounts to is election interference. Which is it? Stupid or arrogant? Maybe a little bit of both. I don't know. I'm leaning towards arrogance. But what he did is feed the machine that ultimately pulled the trigger on Saturday night. But now it gets better because today, Jack Smith, again, after the president said, let's lower the temperature and make everything nice now, which was bull, we all know. Jack Smith has turned around today and said he's going to appeal the decision. So much for just kind of lowering the temperature. And even though the Supreme Court just made a call last week and basically said presidents are, have much broader immunity than for everything they do during their presidency than the left wants to have. Jack Smith is going to still press forward because he cannot let this thing go. He's like a dog with a bone, and he has to just keep trying to disparage Trump. You keep going, Jack, because you just keep winning votes for President Trump. In fact, I applaud you. Thank you for being such a lunatic. God, I really am. I really have had it with all these people here. All right, I'm going to take a 30-second break. Be right back, guys.
Born in the coastal plains of South Texas, Smoking Gun Coffee is founded by combat veterans that know exactly what a cup of coffee needs to taste like. Run by father and son, each coffee bean is perfected, roasted at 500 degrees, and cooled with a Gulf Coast breeze. Smoking Gun Coffee hand makes and bags each ounce of coffee for maximum customer satisfaction. With every purchase, 10% goes back to organizations that help veterans and local communities. That's Texas made, one bag at a time. To find out more, go to www.smokingguncoffee.com.
Guys, go to smokingguncoffee.com and use code MOTHER for a discount. That's me, Mother, MOTHER. All right, so you have all heard all the liberals, from the celebrities to the White House to every crazy psycho left-wing congressman talking about Project 2025 and how evil it is, and it's going to take over all of our rights, and we're going to be living in some, Trumpian dystopia. Well, okay. They even made a website to say that Project 2025 is Trump's official platform, which is not true. Project 2025, as everybody knows, everybody with a brain knows by now, I should say, is from the Heritage Project, who is definitely aligned conservatively with President Trump, no question about it. But the truth is, it is not Donald Trump's official platform. His official platform is Agenda 47, which you can see on his website. And over the coming weeks, now that we've got J.D. Vance on board and the campaign is really starting to take shape, over the coming weeks, every show, what I'm going to be doing is taking a different piece of Agenda 47 and bringing on some of my fellow Patriots Prayer Network panel show hosts as panelists. And we're going to dissect each aspect of this and talk about it. And maybe we'll even bring on some opposing views if we can find anybody willing to have the conversation. We'll see. I'm really excited to dig into Agenda 47, though, and let people know and start spreading the word, the truth about what Trump is all about and how it can help us to make America great again. It's things like, getting critical race theory out of our education. It's things like protecting children from, gender ideology, things like energy independence here in America, eliminating warmongering and putting America first again. It's things like going after the cartels that are running our southern border and taking back control of our southern border. Things like deporting illegal immigrants who are here just for a meal ticket, who aren't really here for asylum and who are just riding on the backs of American taxpayers. It's things like reinforcing and rebuilding the strength of our military. It goes on and on. I can't wait to dig into it with my fellow hosts. We're going to have a lot of fun here. But, today I have a really short show. Excuse me. There's one thing that I really want to talk about. So yesterday, I hope you saw President Trump entering the RNC to an extremely warm welcome. And one of the things that, when I watched it was just, I could really see that he seemed humbled. He seemed very somber, emotional. I was emotional watching it because, he walked in not in his usual boisterous way, very serious, and I really loved it. And of course, he had the bandage on his ear because he's still healing from the attack. And I want to say that if you're a praying person, I'll ask that you please pray for President Trump, because he's going to need it. He's got a lot more appearances to make in the coming months. We saw the major Secret Service failure that happened on Saturday, and I pray that he gets the people around him that will keep him alive. And there's a 3,000 or so year-old text that I've got for you. It's very short. This is from the book of Psalms, and it really fits this situation with what's going on with President Trump right now. And this was written by King David. See how many enemies I have. See how much they hate me. Protect me and save me. Keep me from defeat. I come to you for safety. May my goodness and honesty preserve me, because I trust in you. That's Psalms chapter 25. I pray that God and the Secret Service protect Donald Trump much more effectively in the future, so he can serve as our 47th president. I'm going to play for you now as my goodbye for today, the clip of Donald Trump walking in last night. God bless America.
J. Trump.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA. We are here tonight with one purpose, and that is to elect Donald J. Trump as the next president of the United States. He is here tonight to show his courage, his defiance against somebody who tried to kill him. You will not take this man down. He has the courage, the strength, and he will be the next president of the United States. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea. Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th President of the United States, and soon to be the 47th President of the United States, please welcome Donald J. Trump. Oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Have you heard of the based mother?